Greetings, this is Jen Gergen. I'm a nonviolent communication practice guide, and I am thrilled today to talk about self-empathy. Before I do that, I will name for those that need a visual description. I am not on camera and will ensure whatever shared on the slides is described that must be conveyed. I also want to name that I am recording this from Wapekute land of the Dakota community of the Oceti Sakowin. And two, I acknowledge that this work is inspired by the work of Marshall Rosenberg, who is the founder of the Center for Nonviolent Communication and who was my first trainer back in 2008. Before we kick it off, I want to remind you that there are three ways to use NVC, and that is to connect to yourself, to express yourself, and to acknowledge another with empathy. But you cannot possibly express yourself with honesty that is free from blame and criticism, or be present for another with empathy and reflection if you do not connect to yourself first. It is transforming your reactivity into a mindful response. It is building capacity to hold presence for others when you are activated. And it is always available and encouraged in every situation, not just when you are in conflict, anger, or sadness. It is a beautiful and powerful way to celebrate and show gratitude, or to simply be aware of the space you might be taking up. Are your actions in integrity? Are your needs being met? So don't wait to just use this when you feel bad. Before we practice today, and I encourage you to grab a piece of pen and a paper and to pause this throughout today so that we can actually take a chance to walk through a self-empathy practice together. Grab inventory lists that show feelings and needs and body sensations. And if you don't have access to those, you can find them on my website, jengergen.com. So let's do it together. On the screen right now is Empathy Practice for Self-Connection, and it builds upon the work of Marshall's OFNR process, the Observation, Feeling, Needs, Requests, that is a beautiful way to connect to what is alive in you and make some guesses about what might be alive for another, but it allows for two more pieces for beliefs and body awareness. Sometimes when we're learning NVC, we become aware of the fact that we're trying to transform our judgments. We don't want to make judgments. We want to state factual statements. And so we get into this loop of, oh no, I have judgments about my judgments because I've judged. Oh my gosh, stop. Just give yourself some place to be a human being and stick the judgment. A safe container inside yourself as you do this empathy practice. Why do I have these beliefs? Do I have evidence to support these beliefs, or have I been programmed to have these beliefs? Yes, on our path to enlightenment, we hope that we narrow this window, but we're living in the real world, so give yourself a chance to just feel what you feel and think what you think. And the body awareness gives you a cue, yet one more opportunity, a cue to show, oh, I'm in dysregulation. My gut is dropped, my throat is tight, my chest is constricted. I'm feeling things because I'm needing things. So step by step, pick a situation. I've already named it, doesn't matter what it is, so don't overthink it. Just pick any situation. Now, in factual terms, what are you noticing? What are you seeing, hearing, physically experiencing? Essentially, you're looking for the catalyst for why you have these thoughts and feelings. As you name those, you might notice language that sounds like thoughts, judgments, assessments, evaluations pop up. Put them down in the belief stage. That's the next stage. What are the thoughts that you have about this? Sometimes it's going to come forth like, oh, I'm always this, or they're never that, or they should, or the world is just so. This person, yada, yada, yada. They come forward many different ways. Now what's happening in your body? Grab your sensations list. What do you notice in your body? Breathe, locate them, consider them, because they're going to connect you to your feelings. You have emotions that are being activated by the situation, by noticing these beliefs, by connecting to your body. And we have feelings, pleasant or unpleasant, because that we have needs that are met or not met. So directly connect your feelings. What is the feeling that is connected to the need that is being met or not met? Look at your list. We have enough self-awareness to know that we feel good or we feel bad, but maybe we don't have clarity without looking at the words for the reminder that there is a vast difference between annoyed and furious, or sad and vulnerable. And maybe I feel vulnerable because I have a need for belonging. Or maybe I feel furious because I have a need for respect. So connect directly to what you are needing right now. And before you move to the request phase, just look at everything you've written down. New beliefs might pop up. Throw them in there. We're practicing a process. We're going through this step by step, but we don't live process. But you practice this, and hopefully you'll consider doing it daily so that you can build an intuitive and integrated process that is available to you when you need it. So look through what you've written down. You've built all this beautiful self-awareness. That's not enough. You're wallowing at best if you do not move into the request phase now. This is the action phase where you can take steps to get your needs met or continue getting your needs met. So now that you have clarity, what do you want to ask of yourself? Or what do you want to ask of somebody else? And a request is most powerful when it is concrete. You might get down to your request phase and say something like, I would like to be more patient. That's lovely. What the hell does that mean? Why? How do you define patient? Well, perhaps maybe it's when this person speaks, I want to wait for 2 minutes before I reply back if I notice that I don't agree with them. That's very concrete. It's realistic. We want these to be realistic. We also want them to be negotiable. Maybe I don't have 2 minutes. Maybe I only have 1 minute. Or maybe the barrier is, and if I hear a racial slur show up, locking it down, and now I'm moving into expressing myself. So find ways that you can be negotiable with your request and make it positive, meaning not kind or good, positive meaning for something. You want to start something, not stop something. Don't prevent yourself from something, start something. I wish we had more time to talk about discernment skills that move us from life alienating to life affirming language, that transform our judgments into facts, move us out of our head into our heart, connect to needs, universal needs that connect my humanity with another, and divest it from my addiction and my attachment to my strategies to transform demands into requests. And so hopefully you will consider coming to one of my monthly NVC practices that are open to everybody. And you can follow me on Instagram at JenGergen to figure out when the next session is. I also have a link tree that I keep updated with different practice opportunities in community, particularly the work that I do with Check Your Privilege. We have lots of NVC practice there. And my website, jengergen.com, of course, there's more you can find there. It has been my pleasure to walk you through a self-empathy practice, and I very much look forward to being in community with you again in the future. Thank you.